Welcome all, this is Annie, and today I'm going over the first mystery bag of wax that I got from Swanky recently. I believe I ordered this towards the end of September, and then these were sent out at the end of October or right at the beginning of November. Sorry, I don't have the exact dates. I ordered two. One is the bakery mystery bag, and then the other is the winter mystery bag. I think I'm going to split these into two videos just to make it easier for people to watch, and this video is going to be about the bakery mystery bag. These mystery bags I believe were 35 ounces, and I can't remember the price, but I will put those down here. The shipping was also included, and I felt like the price per ounce was pretty good. Now, I have previously ordered from Swanky twice, so this was my third time ordering from them, and eventually I hope to get the other two videos posted, but I wanted to go ahead and get these filmed so I could start enjoying some of the winter and fall themed wax, since I'm already into December and I've had these bags for about a month or a little bit more than that. The first up is going to be the bakery bag, and I just want to note it arrived and it was packaged in a flat rate envelope that was padded. It was double bagged with these, which I love seeing a vendor do. These are free and they help protect the wax. So I really appreciate seeing a vendor put care in trying to protect the items as best as I possibly can in transit. Vendors cannot control what happens in shipping, but I really appreciate when they try their best to protect it to some degree. So it was in these two, and I have not smelled stuff. I have just taken it out of the bag. So let's get started. Here is the Swanky mystery bag, and it is just loaded with goodies, y'all. This feels like it's got to be more than 35 ounces. It's huge. I will weigh this afterwards and kind of put the ounces down at the bottom of the screen if y'all are curious what it wound up being for the price. Okay, really quickly, I am going to weigh this here. I have a baker scale. It weighs down to very small amounts. These are set for ounces, and I have put everything back into this bag. Granted, there's going to be the weight of the tins and stuff, so it'll be a tiny bit off, but this should get us close. And it says 35.95 ounces, so almost 36 ounces. All right, let's start off with beautiful red rose, and this is an apple pumpkin strudel, marshmallow fireside, and cider lane and leaves. So quite a lot going in there, and I am probably not going to melt this for fall, but it might still be melted for winter this year. Look at this beautiful red rose. I definitely get the leaves, and it's a little bit on that kind of spiced potpourri side of things. But I do get the caramel note from the cider lane, as well as some of that sweet smoky marshmallow from the marshmallow fireside. And I like this. I actually can see melting this in the winter just because that potpourri, like clove, cinnamon, apple spice note is quite wintry to me. And so I might wind up melting this. And it's surprisingly strong. I don't know if these are extras from her pre-order from prior to the mystery bag offerings, or if these are items she poured specifically for the bag. I'm not sure, but it smells really strong. And even though this is my third time ordering from her, I've been letting everything else sit and cure, and I have not melted any Swanky yet. So I am really wanting to go ahead and start doing that, just to enjoy some of the winter scents. Next up is a 10, and this is in Cupcakes at Tiffany's and Raspberry Jam. It's a light purple wax. Looks like two pink and purple raspberries in here, and oh gosh, this smells really good. Let's flip it out. and it has these pretty colorful chunks. This is going to be beautiful melting in the warmer for sure. Hot pink and blue chunks with a light purple overpour. This smells delicious, y'all. Like actually edible. And what I'm getting, first of all, is that yellow cake note and the buttercream frosting from Cupcakes at Tiffany's. I don't get any chocolate in here. I do get a hint of that kind of bruleed sugary toffee note, but it's mainly the yellow cake and buttercream, and then it's just slathered with raspberry jam. A lot of raspberry jams in fragrance tend to be more floral or candy leaning, but this one is actually fairly authentic smelling. VCS has the most authentic raspberry jam, but based off of Kohl's so far, this is the closest to that raspberry jam I feel like I've smelled. It's like you're just opening up a great big jelly jar of raspberry jam from your fridge, and you just filled the inside of this cupcake cup and then slathered it with some buttercream frosting. I can imagine eating this with a cup of tea on just a wonderful spring day. This smells delicious. Okay, I gotta seal it up because it's kind of making my mouth water. I never really think of myself as being a big raspberry fan, like flavors as far as food, but whenever I eat fresh raspberries or have some really good raspberry jam or something like that, I'm reminded of how utterly delicious raspberries are. They're kind of hard to resist. And a really good raspberry scent always reminds me of something we would make growing up called raspberry cordial. It's a drink from the Anna Green Gables series, if you've ever watched that or read the books, and it is utter heaven to drink. It's like lemon juice and these pureed raspberries. Oh, it's so decadent. If y'all want the recipe, I'll try to post it sometime. I haven't made it in years. If you want to know a funny story, I'm totally getting like way off track here. But smelling this raspberry jam was reminding me of it. One time, my sister and I were making it, and at that point in our lives, you know, we were children, we were living at home, and we were not allowed to cut our hair. So once you reached a certain age in our household, we all had hair that we could sit on. And generally our hair was braided or pulled back or something like that, especially if you're going to cook. You don't want hair in your food. Pull it away off your back of your shoulders, etc. But my hair was in a braid, and we had a gas stove instead of an electric stove where we were living. So there was that flame underneath the pot, and I turned my back to the stove, and I guess I must have done it fairly vigorously because my braid swung, and it must have gotten close enough to the flame underneath the pot that was on the front side of the stove. And then my sister started screaming, and my hair had gone up in flames. My braid caught fire. Thank goodness we were able to just like smother it with a dishcloth really fast, which is really probably not the right way to go if you're dealing with a fire in your kitchen. But it was effective. It smelled horrible, like burning hair, but I only lost about half of the braid, so all is good. There were no burns anywhere, but that raspberry cordial was still totally worth burning off half of your hair for, and I might have to make that sometime this spring. Okay, I'm going to get back on track because that wasn't even a raspberry cordial scent. That was just raspberry jam, but it just made me think of that. Okay, back on track. Sorry for derailing the video. Next up is Fireside Marshmallow in Cider Lane. It's a pretty white chunk with purple and pink chunks inside. This is nice. I really like Cider Lane and Marshmallow Fireside together. I have it in a few different combinations, usually with like pumpkin pecan waffles, which is utterly delicious. But this is just the Fireside marshmallow and like a creamy bakery note with the Cider Lane. I like that. Sorry, the crumbles are kind of coming off, but this is still a beautiful chunk. It's got this iridescent glitter on top. I get the Cider Lane, that caramel apple note first, and then that sweet, smoky, toasted marshmallow, and this is delicious. I might have to melt this around Christmas. Delicious. Next up is blueberry waffle cone, and this is a beautiful blue rose. I'm excited to have this because I've heard she has a great blueberry, and I've never ordered any of her blueberry since, which I don't know why, but I think it's because I was ordering with fall and winter coming up in mind. But I love blueberry scents, so excited to try this. This is delicious. I don't think it's quite an authentic blueberry, but it's definitely that intense blueberry note you would get in like a blueberry muffin or blueberry pancake. I don't think I get waffle cone just on cold, but this is delicious, and I'm really excited to melt this. Yeah, everything I'm smelling is so strong. I feel like I don't need to cure this. Let me know down below. I haven't melted any of Swanky's, but if you know that the wax performs better in a hot plate or a tea light, or your bulb warmers, or if you feel like it only needs like half an ounce, or maybe it needs an ounce of wax in the dish, let me know down below. Obviously, I'll do my own testing because my space is different, you know, and unique to my melting, but I am curious what you'll do. Excited to try that. And please keep in mind, these are just first impressions. The scents could change once they're warmed, and often wax does. A lot of other things come out, and you can fully experience the scent in a way that you can't when it's just on cold. So these are just my first impressions, and I am going to reserve judgment on whether I love a certain scent until after I've melted it. Next up is pink powdered strawberry donuts. Look, there's like a little pink donut on top of this with some gold glitter and 2 tones of pink with a creamy overpour. Oh, this is nice. I'm getting like a strawberries and cream note from this strawberry. I don't know that I would say donuts, but I definitely get bakery in here. And then like a hint, maybe, of pink sugar. But it's very light in the background, so it's not overwhelming pink sugar. I'm definitely getting that strawberry cream note first and foremost. This is so pretty. I'm going to get like all this gold glitter on my fingers. It's okay. I feel like these colors would just be so beautiful to have for like a spring blouse or a dress. I like wearing pink in the springtime. Okay, that is another winner, of course. And this is a scent shot in pink sugar cookies. These are huge. It's like the size of my hand. Sorry, I'm trying to keep it from falling off, but yeah, this is huge. And it's a light yellowish creamy color wax with just a fine hint of pink glitter on top. Oh, this is really nice. Okay, I feel like this is something that Bernice would like. She really likes pink sugar bakery, but you know how pink sugar is a perfume, kind of an adult version of cotton candy, and in a blend it'll often come across as like a perfume or body care that has some sweetness and a feminine quality to it. And I love pink sugar in blends, but when it's mixed with a more subtle vanilla bakery, the pink sugar really gets a chance to shine, and it is doing that in this blend on cold. More of the notes of the pink sugar are actually coming out. Just a hint of this musky body care. It's like a sweet musk. And then the lemon and the raspberry and the cotton candy notes. This is delicious smelling. And it's strong despite the fact that it's just a vanilla bakery, which vanilla bakery, so much of the time it's light when I get it, and I have to let it sit and cure. So I feel like I could even melt this right now. Next up is another one of these huge scent shots. This is buttery toast and jam, buttercream frosting, and sugar cookie cream cake. It looks like a beautiful white or cream wax with this gold glitter and then purple and pink chunks inside. Oh, this is good. Now, buttery toast and jam, I don't know if that's a house blend or an oil that Swanky has, but I've seen a lot of blends have it from her. It reminds me so much of Bread and Jam for Francis from Salt Mountain Melts. It has like that blackberry jam butter cookie note in here, but then like a really buttery toasty bread note. And then that's enhanced with the buttercream frosting and the sugar cookie. Very creamy and sweet, but you definitely get a buttery note as well as the blackberry jam or blackberry jam butter cookie note in here. So I don't know exactly what's in that, but if you like that blend but don't care for zucchini bread, this might be a good one to try because it doesn't appear to have zucchini bread from what I can smell in here, and it smells really good. Excited to try that one. Another of these huge scent shots is My Darling Vanilla. It looks like it's a pretty light pink with this gold glitter on top. This one's the first one that's a little bit on the light side. Vanilla. Honestly, I kind of feel like there is some sort of a body care vanilla in here. Maybe it's Vanilla Bean Noel. I'm not sure. I don't know the scent notes beyond what is listed for any of these. If you do know on some of the ones, please let me know down below. Yeah, it's a nice creamy vanilla bakery, but there's definitely a body care quality to it. I feel like there's Vanilla Bean Noel also in there, but I'm not 100% sure. Alright, next up is Falling in Love and Cozy Mittens. Ooh, I'm so excited to try this. It's a beautiful creamy colored wax over this blue and vibrant pink. And if you have not watched Angela Thrasher's Chop and Chat from back at, I think it was right before Halloween, she did a Chop and Chat, which was a lot of fun. If you are not following her, she's under For the Love of Scents here on YouTube, and also on Instagram, she's under Wax Melts BFF. But she had a loaf of this, and she was chopping it, and it looked so beautiful and easy to chop. So if you're curious about her take on this scent or seeing what Swanky looks like being chopped up, definitely go watch that video and give her a follow if you're not already following her. It has this pretty pink heart on top. Oh, this is so good. Definitely has pumpkin pecan waffles, which I am totally here for. I feel like strawberry pound cake? I don't know. I feel like there's something strawberry in here with the pecan waffles. There's so much in this bag. Next up is elf candy, and it's another chunk. It's like a hot pink and like a toned down green, like lime green. Looks like there's like a little cupcake embedded in the top with some frosting, and then like a white circle, some pink chunks. Mint. Definitely got some mint in here. I would say buttermint. It's like a buttermint or peppermint sugar cookie. It says elf candy, so what else would be in here? Maybe it's elf candy is like the candy canes. Yeah, this is gonna be perfect for winter though, both in the name and the scent. I love peppermint scents, and while there are certain peppermint bakeries that I don't like, there are many that I do love. So this one on cold smells fabulous. I love how like bright and like invigorating the peppermint was when I smelled that, while it also being like really sweet and delicious. All right, next up is another chunk, and this is strawberry pound cake and vanilla dream cake. It's this lovely light purple with hot pink and purple chunks and a little light pink raspberry on top. Let me get this open. I get strawberry pound cake, and I get like a vanilla cake note also. It really just makes the strawberry pound cake smell extra cakey, to be honest, which is nice. If you're not as big a fan of the strawberry aspect but prefer the vanilla bakery side, you might like this one. It smells good, really pretty. I feel like I'm gonna try out melting some of these with only putting like half an ounce, maybe a third of an ounce into my warming dishes and just see how it performs, because everything's so strong, and a lot of times softer wax like this for me, I don't need to use as much in my dishes. So yeah, very curious about how that's going to perform, but I like how it smells. Next up is Farm Fresh Cream. Oh, I'm excited to smell this because I almost ordered this in my, I think it was my first pre-order, but I was like, oh, even though a lot of people are raving about this one, I'm not a huge just vanilla bakery fan, just because vanilla bakery on its own tends to not perform super well for me, and there are certain vanilla scents that I'm not a big fan of, but I almost got licked in this, so I'm excited to smell this. It's supposed to be a really popular one, and it's like a cream overpour with this light pink and kind of tan chunks. It is one of the lighter ones, but that's to be expected with vanilla. I get a vanilla creamy bakery. There is a hint, almost like a body care note, so it kind of feels like, again, that Vanilla Bean Noel might be in here, but it smells nice. And the last one, wow, this was so much in this bag. But the last one is Fall Celebration, and it's another chunk, very vibrant colors. This bright orange over red and purple and brown, almost like the color of leaves in here. This is going to be gorgeous melting. And again, I don't know what the scent notes for this one are. I feel like cinnamon roll. I'm definitely getting a doughy note in here. Is this like carrot cake or cinnamon roll or something? It's a bakery with cinnamon and doughiness. I don't know. I could be completely different. I have no idea what these scents are. I will do my best when I'm editing to hunt for the scent notes, so y'all will know if my nose is completely wrong, which it probably is, but I'm curious, and I'll try to find, if I can, the scent notes and post them down below. But very bright. Yeah, this smells good. I can swear this is a cinnamon dough, like cinnamon roll bakery or carrot cakey. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. It smells nice though. Alright, that is everything from the bakery mystery bag. I will also do the winter mystery bag, but I'm going to go ahead and film that separately. That way it is not as long of a video for y'all to watch. Let me know down below if you have any tips on melting Swanky wax, if you've tried any of these scents, or if you have other scents from Swanky that are favorites of yours. I am so impressed with how strong they smell, and the wax is beautiful. I'm really excited to melt off these chunks with all these different colors and see how they perform. Soft wax, like I said, soft wax tends to perform quite well for me, and I don't need to use a lot of it in my dishes, so I'm going to go ahead and give some of these a try over the next 4 to 6 weeks and report back in a melting basket. I hope y'all are having a wonderful holiday, and thank y'all for watching.